Mama.
Hi.
Can I go out and play?
Mm-hmm.
She loves me.
Keep warm.
I will. So, yeah, I just watching VW Darren's video there. Yeah, sucks to have cold weather like you guys have. You're freezing, having to do those cold starts. Yeah. See, I would have made a snowman, but the snow is just too hard and crystally right now. You have to really see it doesn't stick together, so it's kind of hard to make a snowman when it just won't stick. Like, to make a snowman, a good one anyway, the snow has to stick together like you're making snowballs. And this stuff just goes to powder, so I would have made a snowman for you there, Darren. But you really have to pack it to make one. Anyway, it does feel a bit damp today, so I'll likely get a little fire going out here today. It's warm enough I can't even see my breath, so it can't be that bad out. And unfortunately, I got sidetracked on the car just for a day or two. Had a load, I was getting a load of crap ready for the dump. And had the trailer outside, and then we had a risk of freezing rain came up, so we wanted to make sure we could get our cars in under the portable garage. Wouldn't have to scrape the ice off. You know, it's one thing to scrape frost off, but when you get freezing rain, it's a bitch to get off. Well, I went and got another bottle of gas from my MIG welder. So I've got it pulled out. I also got my flux core welder here too, so not completely sure what I'm going to do today, but I'd already planned on being out here. Yeah, it was. Check the Fahrenheit, and it's 27 degrees Fahrenheit. I'd have to empty the stove next time. Starting to get a buildup of ashes again. And 2008. I haven't been out here for 4 days. A couple of reasons. One, I did overdo it the first 2 days having fun with the car. And then we also had a bit of a surprise for my mom. She turned 80 back in October, and we waited for my sister to come home for Christmas from Ottawa, and my sister here threw a not an official party, but we just had cousins over, relatives, just a little family get together, nothing too big, because my mom's not big on the big pomp and circumstance kind of shit for birthdays at her age now. Got a few nice gifts and some flowers, and we had a big birthday cake. I know I shot some video footage, but the camcorder I've been using died yesterday. So I'm going to be on the market for a new one. Right now I'm using my digital camera. And later on I'm going to try my son, Kyle, bought one of those GoPro cameras. So I'm going to try that a little later on because they were on sale cheaper than I could get a camcorder for. The only downside is they don't have a viewfinder. So if you don't have it on wide angle or whatever, you got to kind of guess if you're aiming it where you're trying to. Now these little matches I use work great for starting a fire. My son picked them up for me. They're made with beeswax and sawdust. You know, they burn a long time, not like a regular match, so I don't even bother with kindling anymore, because this works like the kindling. Oh man, I should know better than to do that with my legs. Might make a dump run. Sister headed home today to Ottawa after a couple weeks here for Christmas. She's got a busy time of it. Flies home today, and then for work I think she said she's home back at work tomorrow, Thursday. And then Monday she goes to Prince Edward Island on the East Coast to work for I don't know how long, and then the last week of January she's heading to Vancouver, which is the other end of the country. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys something. VW Darren and Rick Fix and everyone was talking about scraping the tar and crap off the cars. I know what that's like, and I have to do that with the Fair Lady. And a couple of days ago I was doing some welding on the frame, and Brad and Kyle were out here with me, and they were scraping for me, which helped. So, but we found this to work great. This is one of those oscillating cutters. You can put different blades in here and it just oscillates back and forth. And I'd forgotten I had it. Kyle had got it for me for for a present last year for my birthday. And when I remembered it, I dug it out and thought, you know what, because it's made to do scraping and everything else, and it's a good rigid blade, and it's variable speed. And you just put it up against the floor and at the edge of the stuff, and it just a little bit of pressure and move it forward, and it worked fantastic to take that shit off. Now, I have to add though that being colder, that stuff comes off easier in the cold. It seems to be more rigid, or partially frozen. And I know a couple of the guys that I have talked to over the years that have done cars actually mentioned that they used dry ice and put it on that stuff and let it freeze, and then you hit it with a hammer and it would shatter. Now, I don't know if that works, but I do know that at least the that sound deadener that they put in the Datsuns gets brittle with age. But I do know that it comes off a lot easier in the winter time. If the car's outside, or if you're in an unheated garage, it definitely comes off easier. I don't know how much filming my regular digital camera is going to be able to do for me here. So just going to do it sparingly. I'm going to borrow Kyle's GoPro camera and try it a little bit later once I get stuff out. Yeah, so if you guys in the down in Florida there, down in, what do you call it, the Sun Belt or whatever, try and stay warm.